Boom, what's that, world? See, I'ma just get straight to it. Lil Ronnie, yeah, out there in Texas, gunned down today. Lil Ronnie and his 5-year-old baby girl gunned down today at the car wash. And I'm gonna jump straight into it. It's gonna be hard for some people to understand and hear and digest. First things first, I blame Lil Ronnie. Yeah, I'm not putting the blame on the steppers and the killers or whatever, whoever you got smoke with, kids is off limits. I blame you, Lil Ronnie, because you know you had smoke. And I don't know what you've done in your past or whatever, but you know as a street dude, you don't go away. You know there ain't no time on get back. So why would you have your family, your little girl, in the car with you, especially in the hood, at a car wash? You know how dangerous car washes is, man. You done hit licks at the car wash, man. Yeah, you done hit licks at the gas station, man. You done hit licks at the cul-de-sac and the dead ends, man. Why would you have your little girl with you? And everybody in the comments, when I said that, was like, oh, he ain't supposed to ever see his little girl. No. Not when you done did that to people. Not when you done robbed people. Not when you done stuck people up. Nah, I don't know if you done put that iron on nobody or not. But not when you talk heavy like that. Not when you, no. You don't see your kids. Or when you see your kids, you go out of town and you get an Airbnb. See, you in the streets. So there ain't no more celebrating birthdays. There ain't no more cookouts. Yeah, there ain't no more block parties. Or if there is, then you gotta know what come with that. But there ain't no more living a normal, regular life. Not when you done put that iron on somebody. Not when you done hurt somebody and that people and them people got people that love them. Or not when you talk it heavy and you still in the hood. Not when you don't ride bulletproof. Not when you don't ride with bulletproof vest. No. You don't get your kids and go to a car wash in the middle of the hood. No. And here's the thing that's going to be hard for y'all to hear. You ready for this? Since when is kids off limits? Name one point in history that kids was off limits. Our military kills hundreds of thousands of kids a year when we go into other people's homes and other people's countries. Casualty of war. Directly or indirectly, our government kills hundreds and thousands of kids a year. Whether it's processed foods, bad foods, labels that are lying to you on the foods. Whether you believe in the systemic or systematic or whatever racism, how they keep, how they would make projects in hoods and turn the projects, turn areas into hoods and put low income and poverty places and all people of sorts in the same kind of place, because poverty brings crime. And forcing those kids and children that has no way out to grow up into those places and become a product of their environment with little resources and minuscule education and little to none options for jobs. And then you don't teach them things in the school and the education, and then their parents might have been on drugs or might be on drugs, and they don't have the wherewithal to teach them something that they don't know about taxes and credits and businesses. So our government kills hundreds of millions of kids indirectly. Our military kills hundreds and thousands of children directly. Cops, the CIA, the FBI. Even back in the caveman times, slavery times, even animals, they kill kids, the cartel, the mob. Yeah, animals, yeah. A lion will kill another lion's cubs because that's more competition. Because there's not going to be another male around here that I'm not raising. So when has children been off limits? It sounds good, and it sounds heartwarming, and it sounds like the right thing. But you can't tell another demon, because that's what they are, right? That's what they claim to be, right? You can't tell a demon and a killer how to drill and kill. That's what they on this earth to do. It's cause destruction and havoc and chaos and pain and hurt. Just like the devil, just like the God has given you, or if you believe in God or Allah or Buddhist or whatever, if you're a believer, just like they have given you gifts, the devil gives his disciples gifts too. And their gift is to come out here and rob and kill and hurt and corrupt. So when has kids ever been off limits? King Von says he's smoking on Tuka. Tuka was 13, 14, 15 when he died. When was the kids off limits? Huh? All the young youth that are overdosing. All the young youth that are having bad things to them. School shooters. When has children been off limits? It sounds right. But that's just not the case. So the steppers and the demons, that's not their fault. They're doing what they were brought on this earth to do. Lil Ronnie, that's your fault. Because you know what you got going on. And you should not be with your children if you do not have the proper means to protect them. All the street dudes want to be super street and ride with switches. And ride with big. But nobody rides around bulletproof. Nobody rides around bulletproof vests. Bulletproof book bags. Tourniquets. Gunshot wound kits. Somebody in the comments fuss at me and say, what's he supposed to do? Not be around his kids? Bingo! You don't get to be around your kids. Like I said, there ain't no more celebrating birthdays and the holidays. Ain't none of that unless you go out of town. Yeah, unless you go an hour, 2, 3 hours away to an undisclosed location that nobody even knows, and you get an Airbnb and you and your baby girl enjoy that. But sorry, you jumped in them streets. You got in that life. So there ain't no riding around with your daughter, because if the ops spot that car, because you ride around in the same car, yeah, you ain't switching it up. You definitely ain't bulletproofing. You ain't black out the tent. You ain't get a car that nobody knows you got. You gotta post it on IG. Everybody gotta know you got that Hellcat. You ain't get a low-key car that's tinted out that nobody knows. So you don't get to hang out with your children like that, man. Because they're going to be a casualty of war. Everybody says the children is off limits, but that's just not the case. So RIP to Lil Ronnie, and definitely RIP to his daughter. But this is a casualty of war. So I don't tell young dudes to get out the streets no more. No. If that's what you want to do, you know how that's going to end, then that's your destiny. But if you're going to be in the streets, be the best at it. Train with your gun. Clean your gun. Learn how to whip your gun out. Learn how to properly grip and aim and lay it down range and hit your target. Yeah. Do all that stuff. Become a good stepper, because a lot of y'all ain't got no skills. You don't got no bing, bing, bing skills. You don't know how to, y'all don't know how to do nothing. So y'all can't go be a good, decent person. Y'all don't know how to do it. Y'all don't know how to communicate. You can't dress. You can't drive a forklift. You can't drive a truck. You can't go learn a skill. So all y'all know is kill and destroy. So at least go be good at that. Children have always been casualties of war. When two parents fight and argue, and they whoop on each other, and they end up getting divorced, or one of them goes to jail, the child suffers, right? Ain't that what we all say? The child is a casualty of that. Children have always been casualties of war. From our military, to our government, to our police. Not just the street dudes that's killing stuff to the drug dealers, to the overdoses, to the education system. It goes on and on. They're always going to be casualties of war. So it might sound good to say kids are off limits, but that's just not the case. The mob, the cartel. What about the children that's joining gangs? That's probably going to get in the streets or go to prison or take somebody's life. Children are always going to be casualty of war. It's your duty to protect your kids. So if you in the streets, it's your duty to not be around your kids except when the time is absolutely right. It's your duty to get some kind of way to get your children out of that area. That's your duty. So, little Ronnie, no matter what was going on, that's on you. R.I.P. to that baby girl and R.I.P. to little Ronnie. But that's what y'all need to understand. Children are always going to be a casualty of war. Directly or indirectly. The Bible even says that your children are going to have to face, excuse me, are going to have to face your energy and the demons that you put up and that you put in. When a mother or the daddy dies and the kid gets left with the house and all the loans and the bills and the taxes that's owed on that. When the mama's pregnant and the daddy's a no good nigga and he's out here sleeping with different women, causing that woman stress and pain, and then he come back and give that dirty sex to her. When the mom's still drinking alcohol, still smoking cigarettes, that affects the kids. They always are casualties of our decisions. It's just not just with street dudes killing people. Always casualties of war. I'm going to make a part 2. Y'all just understand this. I'm out. Peace.